settle in. Let your eyes get heavy. Tonight's story is about worlds long ago, when the stars were much closer and people still remembered who came from them. Once, in ancient Mesopotamia, the land between two mighty rivers, people gazed at the sky and wondered about their place in the universe. They wrote their stories on clay tablets with little wedge-shaped marks called cuneiform. These tablets sat buried in the earth for thousands of years, holding secrets from the first civilizations. Much, much later, in a busy city called New York, a man named Zecharia Sitchin became fascinated by these forgotten writings. For 30 years, he studied the tablets, always searching for the truth behind the old stories. What he found was strange and surprising, a tale not of ordinary gods, but of beings from another world. The Sumerians, he learned, told stories of the Anunnaki, powerful beings who came from the sky. But Sitchin believed these Anunnaki were not just gods of thunder or rain. Instead, he thought they were visitors from a faraway planet called Nibiru, a world that circles the sun on a hidden path. Long, long ago, Sitchin said, Nibiru's air grew thin, and the Anunnaki needed something precious to save it, gold. They searched their own planet, but there wasn't enough. So they looked out to the stars and saw Earth shining with mountains and rivers, and deep inside, plenty of gold. The Anunnaki came down in shining ships, landing in ancient Mesopotamia, near the rivers Tigris and Euphrates. They dug into the earth, pulling out gold with their hands. But the work was hard, and even the mighty Anunnaki grew tired. So with all their wisdom, they decided to create a new helper. They mixed their own knowledge with the creatures of earth, and after many tries, finally made humans, us. These early people were taught how to dig, how to carry, how to live in groups. The Sumerians wrote that the Anunnaki even gave people language and the skills to grow food and build homes. Some say the first humans were made from clay, shaped with loving care, and given life with a breath from the stars. But the Anunnaki's work didn't end there. Legends say they taught people much more. They showed them how to write, how to watch the stars, and how to build great cities. In their stories, these star visitors became the gods, wise teachers who helped people rise above the animals, giving them a piece of the stars themselves. Other ancient peoples told similar stories, even though they lived far away. In northern Iraq, a man named Austin Henry Layard dug up a royal library full of clay tablets with stories about the creation of the world and mankind. These tablets spoke of sky beings and a great flood that once nearly ended all life. In the dark caves of France, people painted animals and mysterious beings with bird heads, creatures not seen in daily life, but maybe seen in dreams or in moments of deep connection with the stars. Shamans would enter trance-like states, traveling with their minds to other realms, and bring back visions of beings who weren't quite human. Across the ocean, the Hopi people of America made carvings called petroglyphs, showing visitors with radiant crowns coming down from the sky. The Hopi called these beings kachinas, not gods, but travelers from other planets, bringing wisdom and knowledge. In the far lands of Africa, the Dogon people remembered a being called Nomo, who came from the brightest star in the sky, Sirius. The Dogon said Nomo arrived in a fiery vessel, bringing stories and secrets about the universe. For hundreds of years, the Dogon passed down this knowledge, long before scientists discovered Sirius B with telescopes. Even more curious, in the hills of Sierra Leone, legends tell of the Namoli, sky people who fell to earth when part of the sky turned to stone. Blue stones, hard and mysterious, were found buried in the earth, impossible to explain with ordinary science. Everywhere, it seemed, the old stories shared the same melody: beings from the sky, gifts of knowledge, and the shaping of humankind. But sometimes, the relationship between the star visitors and people was not so easy. There were stories of floods and disasters, times when things went wrong, and the Anunnaki stepped back, leaving humans to find their own way. Still, the gifts remained: language, memory, the urge to build, and the dream of the stars. As years passed and stories turned to myth, people wondered if these tales were only dreams, or if they held a grain of truth. Why did so many cultures talk about gods coming from the sky, teaching them, and sometimes leaving behind objects no one could explain? Tonight, as you rest, imagine those ancient nights, people gathered around a fire, watching the sky, listening for the distant echo of a ship's song, or a whisper in a dream. Maybe, long ago, someone really did come from the stars, walked the earth for a time, and left behind a story, just for you to hear as you drift off to sleep. Good night, sleep well, and may your dreams be filled with ancient mysteries and the gentle hum of the stars above.